To all the furries and the people of the world, my name is Sakusaro Fang, and welcome back to another episode of Winds of Change. Last we left off, we found a dear friend who is connected to the rebellion that's helping us escape and hopefully get to safety from the, from douchebags. From Savoy and his companion. Finding out that they have Shane and they're going to be pretty much using him as information gathering by using the other members, I'm guessing they caught before them, as his torture. And then we have Damek, who got the, I'm thinking he has the rights now, the deed to a new home for the rebellion that they were hoping for the longest time. But let's go check on that. Let's see what's going on with Damek on part 4. Damek returned to the surface with Grizz at his side. The older man took a deep breath, enjoying the fresh air. It was a little stuffy down there, but they could make do.
Digging tunnels underneath their own church. I guess it makes sense. Nobody really comes here. Maseo isn't exactly known for its pious people.
No, it doesn't seem like it.
Easy to get away with. Though I have to say, it's pretty ironic, the rebellion settling in the Triumvirate's church.
A bit poetic, isn't it? Maybe after this we can settle in their castle.
Baby steps, Damek.
One step at a time. Let's not get carried away. I'll write them and let them know what we found. After all these years, I'm not sure how to feel.
Be happy, old man.
Relieved, with a side of being terrified. At least that's how I feel about all of this. Finding another spirit idol. This changes everything.
I always assumed that was the idol, at the altar. It was always so dim. We just thought that it was dying, but it was receiving power from something deep underground. It's nice to know that the theories were correct. This search was starting to feel like a lost cause.
Aw, hope's in his eyes.
The only lost cause is their pursuit of conquest. Let them know what you found. Let's get things started.
Woo!
What are you planning, Damek?
I'll let you know tomorrow if everything goes well. I have to prepare for the arrival of our special guest.
Me.
But trust me, I've put a lot of thought into this plan.
I hope.
You've earned my trust.
Yay! Grizz nods before leaving the church. Damek, now alone, approaches the altar. He smiles as he places a hand upon it.
It won't be long until the Triumvirate sends their forces. If I'm lucky, they might even come to see it for themselves.
Oh? His smile turns into more of a sinister smirk.
Right now, they're busy with Valinor. But by the time they reroute, my army will be in place. When they set foot underground, we'll kill them all.
Oh. He has a dark side to him. Alright, let's see what Halen is. Halen finally caught up with his master. He was slightly out of breath, having run a great distance, but his annoyance outweighed anything. He was lied to.
Sophie, explain yourself immediately. You told me to wait in the castle atrium. If I did that, you would have left without me.
Ooh.
Oh, did I really say that? I'm sorry. I must have gotten carried away with our prisoner. How did your meeting with the Triumvirate go, Halen?
They refused to tell me these secrets. Something about my loyalty not being strong enough.
Ooh.
Well, look at it this way, Halen. The mission we're going on is very important. No better way to prove your loyalty to the cause.
Jeez.
I guess you're right. But I don't like being left in the dark.
Then you'll get along great with Shane. He's been pestering me with questions all day.
I don't fraternize with prisoners.
Whatever you say.
Sylvie walks away, laughing in a mocking fashion. Halen and the prisoner slowly follow suit.
You know, we have a long boat ride ahead of us. Might not be a bad time to start fraternizing.
Did I stutter, Shane? Leave me be.
Oh, you think you're better than me, right? Well, here's some food for thought, apprentice. You're more a prisoner to the Triumvirate than I am.
Oh.
What did you just say?
Oh. Ooh, word shots are fired.
Neither of us will know true freedom. We're nothing but a means to an end. They'll kill you the moment you disobey. We have no choice but to follow orders. The difference is, you do this willingly. I have no idea why. You seem smart to me.
Hey, compliment there. Alright, so those two are done, so we got that out of the way. Let's go ahead and get the group conversations done between Valissa and our new guy, and the new guy and Taram, I want to say his name is. Let's start with the cute bunny whip first.
Hey, Zamira,
Or
about
Tom.
those antlers.
And it's Mira, my bad.
What about them?
You ever, hit them on a doorway? I mean, you can't be fully aware of them all the time. Yo, have you ever accidentally hit someone else with them?
For Tom, come on, that's kind of rude. I mean, it's a good question, but rude.
I'm about to.
Oh,
Whoa, okay, backing off. I was just curious. I've always wondered. How do you put a shirt on each morning?
What do you mean?
Well, you can't really slip clothes over your head. Those things would tear through any fabric.
I don't really have anything that slips over my head. I only wear things I can put my arms inside of first. You know, like button-ups or vests.
oh, that's smart.
Right. I guess that makes sense. Sorry for annoying you. Please don't hit me.
He's so cute.
Of course. I'll do my best for Tem, but I'm not responsible for any accidents.
Ooh. Okay, let's see what him and Valissas have to
Hey,
say.
Zamira, what's work like?
It's a lot less exciting than you'd think. They advertise it as a position of power, busting smugglers and protecting Valenorth.
It's something, dude.
And it's not like that.
No, not at all. I spend most of my day standing around. Crime in Valenorth is almost non-existent.
Oh, if only the world was like that.
Because the spirits have blessed us, right?
I guess that's one popular theory. But to be honest, I don't buy it. Spirits can't change our nature.
Mm-hmm.
Nature.
Deep down inside, we're all evil. Some of us just manage it better than others. We all have our impulses. It's about controlling them.
Which, I have to say, it's pretty much the same with here in religion. I mean, great that you believe in something, people, but personally to me, it's all more on your personal opinion and how you feel of things. Not some deity that you put a lot of your fate in. So personally to me, it's all about how I feel about the situation or the context of it is where I think my belief and opinion should be mattered and stated. If you have your religion and you're up all in it and you're up for it, I mean, great. I'll support you 100%. Just don't be a lot of churches and send Jehovah's Witnesses after me. I would solely slam the door in your faces or stand there butt naked in front of you.
What an odd outlook.
Hey, don't deny your impulses, Valessa. If you had to steal to get by, you'd do it. Valenorth is just special. Resources are everywhere.
Everywhere.
Maseo has been almost completely deforested.
Oh.
You can't just go into the forest and find food. There's
Oh.
not enough natural running water either.
See, I didn't know that.
I don't blame you. Everyone in Valenorth is happy.
Very.
Nobody is scraping by, you know? Imagine if food was scarce. There'd be a lot more people breaking the law. Stealing it, hurting others for it, you name it.
It's the purge!
How do you know about all of this?
I've been to Maseo a couple of times. Trust me, the guards there have it much harder. They don't even know if they'll survive their shifts.
Oh, damn.
Oh. Wow.
So when I say the post here in Valinor is boring, I'm not really complaining, to be honest. I'd much prefer boring work to, dying.
Amen to that, man. Alright, so we got that done. Let's go ahead and just talk to our companions, just to see what they have on.
Hey.
Hey, Vortom. What would you do as the Elder of Valinor?
Wait, is this like a job interview or something? I've never been very good at selling myself. First and foremost, though, I'd reconnect with the spirits.
Oh yeah, that's right, I completely forgot. It's under my jurisdiction on who becomes the next Elder of the town. And apparently Vortom and Valessa really want to get the job.
That way, Valinor wouldn't freeze over. A lot of people forget it's the spirits that keep us warm. After that, I guess I'd focus on what to do with the people.
Mm-hmm. Okay. How would you restore the connection, then?
Actually, I'm not too sure about that. But we're about to go on a huge journey. I'll make sure to pay attention along the way.
You better, buddy.
If the connection can be taken away, it can be given back. There's nothing that says this is a one-way street. So take care of that power until we can put it back.
Alright, we'll find a way.
That's the spirit! Saving Alestia comes first, but Valinor is still important. There has to be a way to do both at the same time, you know?
Oh, I'm pretty sure there's some way, buddy. We'll just have to figure it out along the way. What do you mean by do with the people?
Well, we have an important choice to make. We can follow after Milas and drop our independence, or we can distance ourselves from the other nations, like always. Right now, I think unity is important.
Very.
If I were the Elder, I'd band our world together. We could live in harmony and trade freely. I know I hate the trade ban they put on Maseo, but this isn't personal. Lifting those bans and uniting the nations would create peace. Isn't that our goal at the end of this seer?
That is true. Unity is our best choice, because with unity, a lot more can happen.
Awesome. I'm glad you agree. The rebellion is founded on unity, and it's strong. Each nation on its own would stand no chance of winning. The Triumvirate won't be the last threat Alestia faces. It's stupid to think that we'd have an eternal peace. We can't band together now only to split up after.
Yeah, I really do agree to that one. Wait, he had a hobby? I forgot what his hobby was. Was it writing or something? You know this would interfere with your hobbies, right?
You mean like cleaning and climbing trees? I guess you're right. But I like to do more than that. I always say that making people smile is my favorite.
Aw, that's mine too.
So if my work could keep an entire village happy? Well, I couldn't think of a better job if I tried. I want to be more than just a scribe in training.
You make a good case for Tom.
Really? I'm glad to hear that. I always felt like I was meant for something more. When I heard about this opening, I knew right away. This is my calling. I'm sure of it. Just keep that in mind when you make the final choice. I'm not sure when that'll be, but I'm ready.
You're so cute. Are you sure you're a better fit than Valessa?
I'm positive. She's doing a fine job as your scribe. Having me as the Elder would utilize my full potential. I don't mean to brag, but I spend a lot of time with Milas.
Really?
As a scribe in training, I'm just held back. I don't think I'll ever need to take Valessa's position, so why not let me take another position instead? Look, all I ask is that you think about it, alright? At the end of the day, we're the two best candidates. There's no election here. The choice will rest upon you.
That is true. Thank you, buddy. How do you feel that now that we left Valinor?
Well, the surroundings are still pretty familiar. I expect it'll hit me harder once we get to Maseo. I know it'll be different, but is that good or bad? There's one thing that worries me about all of this, though. We may very well run into the man that killed our parents. Whether it's this Sovi guy, or the General of Maseo. It could even be one of those empty suits of armor, actually. The thing is, I won't know what to do when I see them. I could cry and run away, or be overtaken with rage. Don't let me do anything stupid, alright? I'm counting on you to help keep me in line.
You can count on me, buddy.
Thanks, Seer. I know I can always count on you. It's gonna be scary, but we'll face it together.
Yeah. Okay, final question. How do you think about Zamir?
He's pretty cool, and I dig the antlers. I can't believe I've never spent more time with him. But it makes sense if he's always guarding the gate.
Yep.
Valessa seems to know more about him, actually. I guess he'll be coming with us to Maseo? Milas is going to evacuate everybody soon.
Do you think he can be trusted?
Well, I thought so, until you just said that. What reason do we have not to trust him? He's been protecting Valinor for years, remember? If we couldn't trust him, he'd be our enemy. And if he was our enemy, he'd be working for the Triumvirate. And with everything we know, I'd say that's impossible.
He has a good point there. Thank you, buddy. Okay, Valessa, your turn.
Hey.
So you want to be the next elder?
Yeah, of course I do. If I become elder, then Fortum can take over as your scribe. It seems like the logical course of action, doesn't it? We need to figure out how to save Valinor. After the attack, we can rebuild from the ashes. But I also want to solve our problem with the spirits.
So does
Once we
Fortan.
restore our connection, we'll be fine. After that, it's just a matter of what we do with our nation. I'm not really a fan of what Milas and his father did.
Keep blaming him on that? How would you restore our connection?
I don't know, but if it's possible, I'll do it. I'll look for reading material when we get to Maseo. Or if we ever find ourselves in Baltus, there's the Grand Library.
Okay.
Remember, that power still exists within you. After we defeat the Triumvirate, it won't just vanish. There must be a way to put it back into the Spirit Idol.
We'll find a way together.
We definitely will. We can't just let Valinor die. Even if it takes the rest of my life, I'll keep searching. I just hope that you'll stay with me along the way.
We'll see what happens. What would you do differently?
Well, they sacrificed Valinor's independence. That was the one thing that set us apart, made us unique. If we lose that, we lose Valinor's very soul. I want to keep our line of seers going. We can't lose our heritage. I'd ensure that we remain nonpartisan, just like always. Look at all the trouble these alliances have given us.
Saying that actually kind of makes me feel bad that I told Fortan that Unity's better. I'm not sure which is better, honestly.
There's really no right or wrong answer. It's just a matter of preference. It could go either way. As long as the leader is capable, Valinor will be fine.
Now that is true.
But you should choose either me or Fortin. We're both trained and intimately familiar with Valinor. We studied with Milas all the time. We can do this. Trust me.
Okay. Great to talk to you. About that argument with Fortane, why do you think that blade gave me visions? Why do you think that blade gave me visions, actually?
I've been thinking about that, actually. Not just you, but Dominic as well. Only a seer of Valinor can have visions.
Yes.
Is there more to Dominic than we know? Or is there more to the blade than we know? I'd say it's the energy inside of you, but Dominic doesn't have that. Or does he? Basically, none of this makes any sense to me. We're watching the laws of Alestia be remade before us. So, if you're asking me for an answer, I really don't know. It's something we have to learn as we venture forward.
Mm-hmm.
But I have a feeling that this blade changes everything.
Let's hope. Thank you, Valessa. Alright. The trees out here look different than they did at home. Back in Valinor, they were touched by civilization. Out here, they were untouched and looked more wild. Even the scent in the air seemed a lot different. I tried looking as far back as I could. I thought I might be able to see where the stream led. But it went on too far and I couldn't see a thing. Be good to use it as a landmark so we don't get lost. Okay. The ground is soft and full of grass. It's growing out of control, I noticed right away. There was nobody out here to trim it like in the village. It's odd how so much can change due to an invisible line. Okay, I think we're good, so we go to the map, I think. and we head East Crown. No, I don't want to go to East Crown. I want to go to Soliberg. As soon as we enter Soliberg, we're all in shock. It's such a beautiful sight, unlike anything in Valenorth. From here, it's very obvious that we're up in the mountains. A fact that Valenorth's lush forests are prone to hide.
Whoa. This is amazing. I can't believe something like this was so close.
And look at the spirit idol! That's so cool! Even if it's not lit up, it's still beautiful.
Milas said it went dark when the seer was born. I can't believe all that energy is inside of you.
Neither can I. They both look at me as if they don't understand. But I guess that's fine. We don't really know what's happening. I must have been given this power for a purpose. But what purpose?
Hey! Race you to the idol, Valessa!
He starts running like his life depends on it. Quite the head start, if you ask me.
Hey! That's not fair!
She quickly follows after him, closing the distance. It was nice to see their spirits lifted like this. I might as well make the most of my time here. Where it all began. So this is it. The idol that gave me its power. Against my will, I was chosen for their greater destiny. The last seer of Valenorth. Perhaps the savior of Alestia.
I can't believe we've lost our connection with the spirits. There must be some way to get it back, right?
Are you sure we lost it, though? It's still here. Just inside of the seer.
I'm pretty sure it's not that simple. This idol has roots that reach all across Valenorth. As far as I know, the seer doesn't have any roots.
Well, maybe there's a way to put the energy back. You know, after we've taken down the triumvirate.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Maybe this is only temporary, and they'll come back. The seers won't need the power after we've won, right?
We look at each other and smile. There had to be a way to reconnect Valenorth with the spirits. We had a long journey ahead of us and plenty of time to learn how. Well, let's see what the conversation's going with them.
What? No fair! How did you beat me?
She won the race.
Even with a head start, you're no match for me. Time to throw in the towel. Stick to climbing trees.
Oh.
Oh? So you want to have a climbing race?
I'll pass, thanks.
Wait, why?
A smart person doesn't pick a battle they know they'll lose. I'm surprised you challenged me, Fortum. You know how fast I am.
Are you calling me stupid?
Aww.
No, I'd never do that. Anyway, isn't the spirit idol beautiful?
That's putting it lightly. It's one of the coolest things I've ever seen. When it's lit up, it must be incredible.
Yeah, I'd pay almost any price to see that.
But don't worry, Fortum. I'm sure there's something we can do. If we all work together, we can make that idol shine again.
Aww, that's so sweet to hear. It looks like these bridges lead to the Outlook. It's technically the exit to the rest of Alestia. A long mountain trail takes you to the mainland. The trail from Peregrino is probably safer though. Those bridges look like they could break at any second, especially if they've been neglected for over 20 years. Yikes. That's a scary thought. Oh, and this is just pretty much the same thing. Well, okay. I guess we're good then. Let's head to Peregrino. After a lengthy trek through the forest, we arrive at Peregrino. The scents of ale and aged wood of the tavern permeate the air. Zamira lets out a sigh of relief, having finally achieved his goal.
Well, looks like we're finally here. It wasn't that bad, was it?
Not as bad as I thought it'd be.
My legs are a little sore, but I'll manage. I know we're far from home, but this still feels like Valenorth. I guess maybe I expected something a little different.
Maybe.
Just wait until you see the Outlook, Valessa.
The Outlook?
You can almost see the entirety of Alestia. As soon as there's no trees in the way, you'll be amazed. It's easy to forget we're on top of the highest mountains.
So, we're not surrounded by trees the entire way to Maseo?
Absolutely not. Even aside from the deforesting, trees are scarce. It makes for a beautiful view. I'm sure you'll love it.
Hopefully. The tone of his voice implied that he wouldn't be going with us. If he's seen it before, then I doubt that staying behind was a big deal. But for some reason, Fortom and Felisa seem a bit upset at hearing this.
Right. I guess you're in your own schedule now. You only had to bring us to Peregrino.
I'm not about to ditch you, though. Now head inside. Feel free to follow along. It won't be too hard to find Pro. Trust me.
He leaves our side and starts walking to the tavern. We exchange glances, seeming a little hesitant.
Well, I guess this is it. As soon as we meet with Pro, we're off to Maseo.
Wait, did you say pro?
Uh-oh. We're all startled by this sudden intrusion. But to me, this voice is immediately recognizable. It's Ulrich!
What? Who's there?
He let out a soft laugh as he approaches us. After looking me up and down, a wide smile appears on his face. I forgot we haven't actually met. It's the blade on my back, he notices.
Well, what do you know? It's you. Kind of makes my job a whole lot easier.
Wait, you know us?
Just the seer.
Hi!
Then you must be...
Ulrich! From the vision!
Excuse me?
Yeah, you were in the vision that the seer had last night.
Huh. Haven't even met, and I'm already in your dreams. That has to be some kind of new personal record.
Oh, trust me, you're in a lot more than that, buddy. He cracks another smile. Is that an attempt at flirtation? Yay! I hope it is. If it was, it wouldn't go anywhere. Fortom promptly interrupts.
He said you died, Ulrich. Something about a man named Sovi?
His ears perk up as he hears the name Sovi, but he seems to find something comedic about Fortom's words. Clapping his hands together simply once, he smirks at the three of us.
You sure are good at first impressions, little one.
Oh.
I'm not little!
It seems that nobody jumps to Fortom's defense.
Is he telling the truth, seer?
Yeah, it's all true.
How exciting. You'll have to tell me more once we grab Pro. After that, we're going to evacuate Valinor.
It seems like he's able to piece things together. The vision of his death and Sovi was Valinor's destruction? He wastes no time in suggesting our immediate course of action.
Actually, Miles is taking care of that. The village is gathering for a celebration tonight. The perfect time to group up and escape, right?
Really? I'm starting to wonder why I'm even here. Either way, Pro and I will take you to Domek. I'm glad to hear this vision of yours won't come to pass.
Thankfully. That much is true. He avoided Valinor entirely. Too bad the attack on Valinor wasn't something we could avoid.
Shall we get things started? Unless you want to talk more, I'm up for that too.
I can't tell if he's being genuine or sarcastic. It's hard to get a read on this man, and that's odd. His resolve in last night's vision, his demeanor, was clear. I feel like, even though we barely talked, we're on the same page. It seems to know why we're here. Oh, he seems to know why we're here, where we're going, and what we need to do. That makes things a bit easier. Endless planning would be tedious.
Whenever you're ready, Seer. Seems like we have a lot ahead of us.
We do. We all look at each other before nodding. It seems like everyone else is following my lead. I could probe Ulrich for information or head right inside. Ulrich has now permanently joined your party. Yay, Ulrich! I missed you, buddy! Oh, I'm talking to him right now. I want to talk to him.
Hey.
So, you recognize this blade?
Absolutely. I'd recognize that thing anywhere. I'm surprised you have it out in the open like that. We went through such great lengths to hide it.
What can you tell me about it?
About the Blade of Exodus? It's extraordinary. I have no idea where it came from, or the full range of its power. It can repurpose life into an energy that serves the wielder.
Huh.
That gear at the base can spin, which should be impossible. It's almost like some parts of the blade exist in a different world. I'm starting to think that's the case. Where else would it store all that power?
What are your thoughts on this weapon?
It's practically cheating. Whoever wields it has infinite power. I don't think of the Triumvirate as gods. They were just abusing this weapon. Now that they don't have it, taking them down should be child's play.
How does it accomplish such a thing?
I have no idea, and I don't think we'll ever find out. It must tap into a person's spirit before it enters the spirit realm. That's the only non-physical part of us that could be considered energy.
How long has the Triumvirate had it?
I'm assuming they've always had it. It's how they came to power. Some people seem to think they used the blade to create our entire world. Not many people know about it, though, and they see the Triumvirate as gods. And they really aren't. They're just men who came upon a greater power, and now we have that greater power. We can rule Alestia far better than them. I think we should destroy that blade after we win. It's a tool of pure corruption.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that one. How did the rebellion manage to seize it?
It wasn't too long ago, maybe half a year. The rebellion planned an attack. Our previous leader planned it down to even the smallest detail. Steal the blade, map out their castle, and pave way for our future liberation. I'll be honest, he knew he was going to die. He used his final moments to get the blade. Some people think it's a little fishy. How could we win so easily? Did they let us win? I don't think it's that deep. They just didn't expect our leader to effectively commit suicide.
Huh. That sounds impressive. Were you on that mission?
I was. Change the subject.
Oh, sorry. I would have liked to meet the old leader. I won't let him down.
I'm sure you won't. I don't think any of us will. The scope of his planning went farther than I could have imagined. Being the Elder of Valenorth, he planned every aspect of your involvement.
Oh.
I guess breaking Valenorth's non-partisan stance made perfect sense to him. Every little piece was in place. The liberation of Alestia was finally attainable. I just hope that you're everything you thought you'd be. Wielding that blade isn't easy.
Obviously. Do you think Dominic would do a good job as his replacement?
He already is, and I'm happy to serve him. Things are going swimmingly. It helps that he was one of the founding members of the rebellion, too. At that point, though, he was too young to lead. Things are different now. He's done a fine job of honoring our leader's legacy and guiding us to victory. He had to make a few hard decisions, but I trust his judgment without question. Everything is going according to plan. Our final assault is all we need.
Oh, that's cool to hear. In my vision, Sylvie used it on you.
Wait, he used the Blade of Exodus on me? That's impossible. There's no way he'd be able to wield it. You're the only one. Even Dominic nearly died the first time he touched it. I'm still surprised, though. He had a small vision when he did. Perhaps he has some spiritual energy inside of him. Either way, hopefully I went out in a blaze of glory.
You went out like a hero. You bought us time to escape.
Yeah, that sounds like me. I wouldn't have it any other way. I'm just thankful that this vision won't come to pass. I have a lot of life left in me. That makes me wonder, though. What was the purpose of seeing something like that?
That is a good question.
I can understand a vision of Valenorth being attacked, but seeing me and watching me die? We've never even met. How is it possible to know what I look like and how I act? I know the spirits give visions of the future, but that's so specific, and it won't happen.
His strength seemed incredible. Was it him or the blade?
Sylvie is an incredibly strong adversary, even without the blade. But if he's able to wield it, we better make sure it never enters his hands. His strength, coupled with that blade. I don't scare easily, but that's terrifying.
Wait, you mean Sylvie can't use the blade?
There's no way he should be able to. I imagine even you're having trouble. It's not meant for just anybody to wield. You need an incredible spiritual connection. Dominic might have a small one, but Sovi? A man like that has no connection to the spirits.
Then how did he wield it? Do you think we'll win because of it?
Hard to say. That depends on your ability to wield it. The Triumvirate had that blade for an eternity. You don't have that much time.
No, I don't.
Not to put too much pressure on your shoulders, it's just the truth.
I completely understand, dude. Dominic saw our victory, though. Zamira told me.
Yeah, but you also saw me die, right? These visions aren't as reliable as I've been led to believe. Rather than seeing the future, it's almost like it shows you what to avoid. Too bad we can't avoid what's coming to Valenorth. When Dominic touched the blade, he saw Valenorth fall and the rebellion win. It seems like he's embracing what he saw. Good thing you're not, or else I'd be dead.
Yeah. I'm glad to be on the winning side. This is going to be scary.
Scary is an understatement, but I've never been more certain of our victory. Dominic is pretty excited to meet you, actually. You're going to help us win this war.
Aside from Vision and Blades, how do you feel about this war?
You mean how do I feel without our most valuable assets? Pretty terrible. Without visions to guide us and the power of that blade, we'd be dead. There's no way we could take them down through conventional means. However, at the moment, everything is in our favor. Everything. We just need to be careful. Do not let the Triumvirate or Sovi take that blade back. If we can do that, victory is as good as ours. A new future will rise to greet Alestia.
Good to hear. Final topic, apparently. To be honest, I actually can't even use it.
I'm fully aware of that. It'll take some training to get used to it. When we get to Maseo, Dominic will place you under a strict training regimen. You need to get as much practice as possible before we launch our attack.
Do you think maybe someone else could wield it instead?
Dominic was able to use it only for a brief second. Any longer than that and he would have died. I think this one rests on your shoulders alone.
Fate has chosen me then. I accept the responsibility.
Good. Fighting your calling is never the right idea. Just embrace it and let's do great things together. You'll make it out of this as a hero, you know.
With enough practice, I'm sure I'll be able to master it.
Of course, and I'm glad you look at it that way. Practice makes perfect. We can't expect you to use it immediately. Just do your best to be careful. You know what that thing is capable of.
Would you like to try using it, Ulrich?
I'll pass, thanks.
Hey, at least I asked you, dude. But thank you for the talk. How do you know Sovi?
He recently rose through the ranks and has given us tons of trouble. When the Triumvirate gets in our way, he's likely responsible. He makes himself a lot more known. Way different than the last Inquisitor. I haven't gotten to meet his apprentice yet. A Grand Inquisitor always has to train one. It ensures a constant cycle of obedience.
I'm not gonna actually spend the time to ask all of this, but it was nice to get some information. Alright, the conversation.
Wow, Ulrich, it's so big!
Whoa, Fortane.
Yeah, I get compliments on it all the time.
Wait, what?
Can I touch it?
What?
Of course you can. Just be gentle, though.
Yeah. I'll do my best.
What
Whoa! It's heavier than I thought!
are they talking about?
You might want to use both hands. And tighten your grip a little bit.
What?
Like this?
A little bit lower.
What?
Oh, sure. How about now?
There you go, that's more like it. Now, swing that sword with all your might.
Oh, they're talking about a sword. Okay.
Yeah!
Whoa! Watch what you're doing! You could have killed me, kid!
I'm so sorry. I've never used a great sword before.
I feel like we should keep it that way.
Yeah. Oh dear. When we enter Peregrino, we were greeted to an argument. I should have looked at Damic's story, but too late now. Normally I look around the tavern, but this seemed pretty heated. The barkeep, angry, seems to yell at an annoyed man in front of him.
Absolutely not! There's no way! Take that letter back to Dominic in pieces. I'm not giving up my beloved Peregrino, Pro.
It would seem that he's talking to Pro, the man we came here to meet. For some reason, I find him extremely familiar. I can't pinpoint why.
Aaron, you don't want to test me. This is for the good of Alestia. Don't be selfish. He wouldn't act outside of our best interests. If you don't agree, he'll cut your funding. You wouldn't be able to keep up. You'd go out of business. This isn't exactly the best place for a watering hole, you know.
The barkeep must be named Aaron. He seems to be on the receiving end of Pro's threats.
I'll make do. I have to. This place is my home.
We're not asking you to move. You just have to let Dominic do what he wants.
Zamira is off to the side, watching as well, drink in hand. I exchange glances with Alessa and 14, who seem a little startled. It seems like this is escalating quickly. What should I do? Interrupt. This is how I'm gonna go for it, so I hope it works. I decide to intrude on their argument before it gets any worse. What were they arguing about exactly? That's what I chose to ask first. Aaron scoffs, and Pro gives me a sly smile, like my interruption benefits him.
Dominic wants me to shut down Peregrino. He wants to turn it into some stupid barracks.
It's for Valenorth's safety, you know? With an army here, the village would be safe. Future attacks could be stopped before they even start.
At the cost of my home, you mean? I refuse to do this. You can't make me.
You're acting like a child, Aaron. Like I said, you can still live here. It just wouldn't be a tavern anymore.
But that's what it was meant to be, Pro. That's what the rebellion wanted. Neutral ground for both nations. You can't change your mind just because you want something else.
That's exactly why we can change our minds. Aaron, stop being stubborn. Lives are at stake here. Look me in the eyes and tell me your tavern is worth those lives.
But...
Pro cuts him off before he can continue and looks me in the eye.
Hey, Seer, give us your input. Without an elder, you're in charge of Aaron. This place still falls under Valenorth's jurisdiction. Or do you not know the secret of Peregrino?
The secret of Peregrino? What does he mean? I look at Valessa and Fortam, and they shrug. He must have recognized me from the blade on my back.
Back when your elder formed a treaty with Maseo? Well, it's not like they trusted each other immediately. Both sides were scared of walking into a trap. So what was the best thing to do? Meet each other halfway. That's right. This place was built for secret rebellion meetings. But things are changing. Valenorth deserves an army to protect it.
It seems like the rebellion wants Valenorth to be resettled as well. That puts me at ease. I was worried they might throw it away like nothing. All the patrons look pretty happy here, but Valenorth could benefit from an army. I think about the secret he just told me. It sort of makes sense. A tavern in the middle of the forest isn't the best place to run a business. Dominic must be lining Aaron's pocket to serve the rebellion's needs.
Don't tell me you're considering this, Seer.
Talk about putting me on the spot. I hope this isn't a frequent event. I don't feel like this is my choice, but due to current circumstances, it is. Milas resigned as the elder, leaving me in charge until I elect a replacement. That reminds me, I still have to choose between Valessa and Fortam. However, it's probably best to take things one step at a time. First, Peregrino. I strike a pose that implies I'm in deep thought, but truly I'm at loss for words.
Think about it logically for a second. If this was a barracks, Valenorth would be safe. We'd fight off the triumvirate forces for you. It may be too late now, but we can plan for the future. Dominic is requesting this of Aaron, but you can order it. He'll be expecting answers as soon as we arrive in Maseo.
Pro seems to know a lot more than I intentionally thought.
He has a point, Seer. Technically, you're in charge of the entire nation. And if it sounds like I'm putting pressure on you, I am.
Thanks, Ulrich.
We have a lot to do. We can't waste time over stupid fights. Help them resolve this so we can talk about important stuff.
This is all happening so quickly, I can't even find the time to think. It feels surreal, almost like I'm in a dream, or vision, but it's real. Any attempt at collecting my thought goes on to be promptly interrupted.
There's no reason to turn this into a barracks, though. If you win this war, Alestia will be safe and peaceful. Damek is being hasty. He's not thinking straight. Seer, I beg of you, don't take my home away from me.
Everyone stares at me, expecting me to make a decision. Their watchful gaze fills me with anxiety and I tense up. Maybe I should ask for advice before making a decision. This choice will shape the future. Oh, come on! If it's gonna shape the future, I might as well save it then. Alright, ask Ulrich.
Look, I already told you to hurry up. There's no downside to placing an army here. Eren is just being whiny and resistant to change. You have the chance to prove yourself as a capable leader. Don't cave under his demands and give him what he wants. An effective leader does what's best for everybody. Think about Alestia when you make a choice, not Eren. And that advice will help you every time you need to make a decision. Catering to individual people is a great way to garner hate.
Valessa?
Whoa. You actually want my input on this? I guess it is my duty to assist you, but I'm surprised. I'm only supposed to guide you when it comes to visions. If I had to choose, I'd keep this place the way it is. After the war, Valinor and the rest of the world will be safe. Why would we train an army after we've taken down the Triumvirate? If I were the Elder, I'd commit myself to maintaining our independence. That means living outside of conflict like we've been doing for millennia. Siding with the rebellion and putting an army here will tie us to future wars. Until today, even you were raised in an independent Valinor. I can understand a temporary alliance, but we should go back to normal. I honestly think it's kind of an insulting idea. We can take care of ourselves.
Fortom?
It's an interesting situation, to say the least. But that doesn't mean the right decision is hard to make. We should ally with the rebellion, then place an army here. If our elder had done that, then Valinor would be fine. In my opinion, we need to work toward a united Alestia. That would have saved us this time. It can save us in the future. Either way, I know you also need to choose a new elder. If you already have someone in mind, then try to cater to them. It's important that they're left with a nation they'll be proud to lead.
So one says keep the way it is, one says put an army in, the other doesn't care. He just wants me to have the thought of everyone and not just one person. All in all, Valinor needs protection. Even if it can be rebuilt out of the ashes, it needs people to keep it safe. Because right now, the people of that town don't have anyone protecting them. I'm sorry, Barkeep, but we want to convert Peregrino into a barracks. I couldn't leave Valinor defenseless in the future. I had to do everything I could to prevent future attacks. My first order as acting elder was to militarize Peregrino.
I thought you'd be smarter, Seer. Stealing people's homes? No better than the Triumvirate. I hope you understand what kind of image this gives off. I'm not going to argue with you out of respect. Valinor has been my home for ages, and I love the people. Looks like we're both losing our homes with no say in the matter.
He crosses his arms and walks off, ensuring I feel guilty. Was that really it? Was my word considered law? I don't think I fully grasped the extent of my power yet. Eren's immediate surrender implies that he was bluffing earlier. Or at the very least, he was all talk, trying to intimidate Pro. Speaking of Pro, he turns to me and gives me a wide smile.
Oh, thank you so much. Without you, that would have gone on forever. Ulrich was right. We have other things to tend to.
He walks over to a nearby table, high-fiving Ulrich along the way. The large man looks at me and nods, signaling his approval. After that, he walks towards the table as well. Time for a meeting? I wave to Valessa and Fortom as I walk over to the table. A few moments later, we're all seated together, exchanging glances. We wait for someone to break the silence, unsure of what will happen next.
Ulrich,
Pro?
I thought you might find yourself here. Domek must know about the new plans then.
He assumed you were slacking off. Now that I'm here, I guess it's half true.
Don't worry, I had it planned all along. You can doubt me, but everything worked out. Here we are, all together and ready to plan.
I need to get all of you back to Domek as fast as possible. We need to make some moves and plan our final attack.
He looks at me and then at the blade on my back.
You'll be training under a pretty strict regimen. Domek wants you to master that blade as fast as you can. If you aren't already aware, a new spirit idol was found in Maseo. Domek thinks we can use you and that blade to tap into its power. He thinks it will give us more of a chance to win this war.
Wait, a new spirit idol? I didn't know that could happen. I thought we had all of them mapped out for a long time.
I'll assume your studying abilities are limited in Valenorth, but the occupation was just a cover for the Triumvirate's true goal. They were looking for this spirit idol, so they could destroy it.
Whoa, hold on. Why would they want to do that?
We don't know, but that's why Domek wants it first. There's a possibility that it poses a threat to their reign. Legend has it they destroyed Alarinthia's idol as well.
Wait, Alarinthia's idol was destroyed?
It was so long ago that they almost never had one. That's why it turned into the arid wasteland it's become. Kind of like how Valenorth will freeze over, potentially.
So, Domek wants to use this new spirit idol for power. Isn't that risky? Does he even know what will happen?
Nope. This has never been done before. Unless, of course, we're talking about your friend here.
He stared directly at me. He must be talking about my power. It was given to me directly from Valenor's now dim spirit idol.
You mean he wants to use the power on people?
As far as I know, yeah. It could give our army just the push it needs. There's even a chance it could turn them into seers.
An army of seers. Do you realize how crazy that sounds? I can't believe Domek would want to do that.
Hey, I'm just theorizing. We have no idea what will actually happen. We just know one thing. The Triumvirate wants it destroyed.
And that means they don't want anyone else to have it. So there must be something we can use it for, right? We think that this is part of your destiny, Seer.
My destiny?
It's not a coincidence that all of this happened at once. We find the idol just as you realize your potential. Perhaps it's that potential we need to be using.
Perhaps, but...
Basically, it's gonna happen like this. We'll get to Maseo, and Domek will start your training. When you feel comfortable enough, we'll bring you to the idol. You'll use your power to tap into it and empower our army. Then, you'll help Domek lead our final assault on Balteus. We'll take down the Triumvirate in their own home.
Wow.
He really has it all planned out, huh?
Yeah, smooth sailing once we get to Maseo. But I think it would be too dangerous to leave right now. It's almost nighttime. We should rest and leave in the morning.
I agree. I made good time on my journey over here. We'll still be on schedule even if we stop to rest. Spirits know I need it after the long trek I just took.
Resting does sound pretty good right now. It's been such a hectic day. I'm overwhelmed.
Yeah, and it'll give us time to discuss other matters. I'm down to rest, Ulrich. Just point us in the right direction.
Not so fast. Let's hang out for a bit first. It's still early enough that we can have plenty of fun. Go look around. I won't be too far behind, all right?
Okay.
Oh, sure.
Valessa and Fortan leave the table and start looking around. That's what I would have done, were it not for the early argument. Ulrich and Pro look at me and let out deep sighs.
I'm gonna go grab a drink. Seer, when you're ready, take any room you want. We'll head to the Outlook at dawn and journey down to Maseo.
He gets up and walks away, leaving me alone with Pro.
Look, I'm sure you're processing a lot all at once, but you're not alone. We're about to go to war. I'm overwhelmed too, and so is Ulrich. He might not show it, but I'm sure he's scared. There's never been a battle like this before. All we can do is play with the hand we've been dealt.
Pro has now permanently joined the party.
I'll see you around, alright? Watching everybody drink is making me thirsty. If you miss me, you'll know where to find me.
He leaves the table and goes to grab a drink. All I can do is hang out for a while and then go to sleep. Maybe I could talk to Pro for some more information too. Whatever I did though, this would be my final night in Valinor. Click the arrow on the top right corner to advance the story. Otherwise, feel free to explore Peregrino at your leisure. Thank you. You're very nice. So...
Wow, there's so much to choose from.
Don't tell me you're planning on drinking for Tim.
Why not?
We have a lot of stuff to do.
But it looks so delicious.
Trust me, it's probably not as tasty as you think. From what I've heard, it's just bitter, and it burns.
Sure, from what you've heard. You don't have to keep secrets from me, Valessa.
What are you talking about? I've never had any alcohol, I swear.
Don't worry, I believe you.
Seriously?
Aren't you two a little young to be drinking?
Nope, Valessa is just being a spoilsport.
I am not.
Let's have some then.
Well, maybe.
Ah yes, peer pressure.
Gotta love it.
Wait, are these...
Fortom quickly runs to the table and grabs an apple. After a large bite and barely any chewing, he swallows. A look of disappointment appears on his face shortly after.
Of course they aren't.
What's wrong with those? Last time I checked, they were pretty tasty.
I was hoping it was a special kind of apple. My parents used to bring me some from Maseo all the time, but the trading ban made it illegal to export them.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. They sell them like crazy in the markets of Maseo.
Really? You need to take me there, Pro. We can make a brief detour, right?
He looks at Ulrich with pleading eyes.
Maybe.
Good enough for me.
So cute. What's this for? The party banter is affected by your choice to turn Peregrino into barracks. Oh dear. Well, let's see what's going on then.
Oh, hey Zamira. It's good to see you again. I was starting to worry you might...
Oh, come on now. There's no need to worry about me. I'd worry about Valinor. There's no more gate guard.
Oh yeah, I guess that was your job. I'm glad to see that you got everything done. Did you, happen to touch that sword by any chance?
Absolutely not. I kept it under wraps the entire time. We put it in the grand tree for safekeeping.
Whew, good idea. I'm just really curious. Domek was able to use it, however briefly. And not only that, but he had a vision too.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. Didn't you guys find a new spirit idol in Maseo?
Yeah, I think he wants to harness it for power. I didn't stop to ask, but it's all he talks about now.
Well, isn't it inside your new HQ?
Yeah, now that you mention it.
Didn't Damek frequent those underground tunnels? Maybe he was exposed to some level of spiritual energy. At least, enough to let him have a vision or something.
I don't think that's how it works.
It's a possibility. At least give me that much. That blade challenges all of our understandings.
All right, your theory has merit. It's really odd, but it makes sense. Can you even imagine if it was true?
Maybe that's why Damek wants to harness its power. Giving regular people visions? He'd have an army of seers. There's no way the Triumvirate could fight against that.
Whoa. Hey, how'd you learn about this stuff anyway?
I overheard a few things, that's all. No one is leaking intel or anything.
Good. We can't have any moles. The rebellion, as it is, currently hangs on threads. It's only thanks to that anomalous blade that we stand a chance.
So he's really trusting into the blade.
Hey, you were working with the seer?
Yeah, something like that. It lasted all a couple hours.
What do you think about him?
I honestly have no idea. It's hard to believe that our fate rests upon one person. I don't think I could put my faith in somebody that way.
Why not?
It's a big gamble, isn't it? Too risky.
Yeah, but faith is all about risk. You believe in spite of overwhelming odds.
Yep.
You fight, even when everything tells you to stop.
Yep.
You don't have to agree, but it's true. Without faith, the rebellion wouldn't even be here. Alestia would remain under the Triumvirate's grasp forever.
And that would be horrible.
You have a point, Ulrich. It's impressive that you've come this far.
And we still have a long way to go. But we won't get there if people don't believe. Have a little faith in us, alright, Zamira?
Have belief! Belief is what you need.
Well, I can't say no to that. Just don't let me down, alright? When we make it through this, I'm buying drinks.
I'll take orange juice.
Oh, you mean you aren't buying right now? And here I was, buttering you up for nothing.
Aww! Alright, that's mean.
Can you believe Domek's nerve?
Don't worry. He knows what he's doing. He wouldn't act outside of Alestia's best interests. Whatever he's planning, I trust him.
Good, Zamira, because even though I haven't met him yet, I kind of trust him too, but I still feel sorry that I'm taking somebody's home.
Even if it means losing my tavern?
I can't change my outlook. Sorry.
Alright, at least you can relate to me a little. Without Valenorth, your job is gone too.
Yeah, looks like we'll both be unemployed. Maybe we could look for a new job together. We're all going to Maseo, right?
It's the closest place to go, but I think the pirates have the monopoly on that place. You think the new Rebel HQ will have a tavern at all?
Probably.
Beats me, but I know Maseo has one. When we get there, how about we scout it out? Start looking in your comfort zone, and then branch out.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Thanks, Zamira. You're a good guy. I hope you can find a new job as well.
Aww.
I might ask Damek if he has any openings. I don't need money, just food and a place to live. He's offering that to everyone from Valenorth.
I guess he really is a nice guy, but he's taking Peregrino away from me. It's hard to side with someone like that, you know?
Yeah.
I understand. Don't worry. Everything will work out. We'll need more barkeeps when this is all over.
Oh, ain't that the truth?
Really?
Yeah, of course! Imagine the celebrations when we win! This isn't permanent. You'll be fine.
So sweet. I love it. Let's see what... I forgot what his name is. Grizz. After arranging everything with Damek, Grizz returned to his office. He had a lot to do, working with both the rebellion and the Triumvirate. Though his true alliance was with the rebels, he had to keep up appearances. That meant trying to strike an alliance with the most unexpected of factions.
No, Alex, you have it all wrong. I only want you to pretend that you're helping the Triumvirate. When the time comes, you'll turn on them and help Damek instead.
You know Nada will never let this happen, right?
He looks like Foxy! That's so cute!
I don't care what she thinks. I'm asking you. I have no doubt in my mind. A battle is coming to Maseo. The Triumvirate will send their forces here for that new idol. I don't know what they want with it, but we need to strike immediately. You'll meet them at the docks and tell them you've been hired to assist. As soon as you get the chance, you'll sabotage the ships and kill them all.
Damn.
That is, except for one ship. Damek will need one to launch his attack on Balteus.
Alright, I'll humor you for a moment. Even if I play along and your rebellion comes to rule Alestia, they'll lift the trade bans, effectively ruining piracy for good. Why should I fight to kill my own profession?
There are much better things to do in this world, Alex. I could pay you with anything you wanted, or any job you wanted. Just name it, and I'll make it happen. These are dire times, you know.
I doubt this offer extends to the rest of our crew. I'd love a reward and a new job, but not if it screws them over. They'll be doing the bulk of the fighting, not me or Nada. That is, if I can even convince them to do this. One of our core tenets is that we don't take sides.
Even when the victor is clear?
Even so, during the occupation, we fought for our own survival. Both the Triumvirate and the citizens of Maseo attacked us. We worked for decades to unite the pirates into what they are today. Doing this will split them apart again. You'll make an enemy out of Nada. She's pretty much the leader, and her influence is immeasurable.
I'm well aware of that, and I've taken it into consideration. A divide in your numbers will still give me the right amount of men. You can show the rest of the pirates they're on the wrong side of this. Any divide that comes, I'm sure we can mend it. Besides, Damek hasn't said he's going to harm piracy. I'm sure we can come to some sort of deal, Alex.
No matter what the deal is, you can't win over everybody. As soon as the Triumvirate falls, you'll have another war lined up. Hell, they might even join the White Cloaks out of spite.
I'm willing to take the risk, but I'll do my best to make sure they're satisfied. There will be a place for everyone in our new Alestia. The pirates are in a great position to make demands. As the mayor of Maseo, I can give you anything you want. There's no way Nada could turn an offer like that down.
Very well. Let's talk terms.
That's cool. And let's go ahead and see what Sylvie's up to. Sylvie looked at the sea, taking in every detail of the near infinite expanse. Still processing the earlier revelation, he gritted his teeth, annoyed. Why did the Triumvirate wait so long to tell him these secrets?
Master, are you okay?
Of course.
Go on.
There it is again, that dismissive tone. I can tell when something is wrong, you know. There's no need to lie. I'm your apprentice.
It's nothing, Halen.
I think it has to do with what happened earlier. The Triumvirate told you something, didn't they? You're not taking it well. I could tell the entire time.
Very perceptive. Leave me alone.
Sovi, you're acting like a child.
So are you, dude. He lets out a deep sigh as his apprentice hounds him for information. It was true, but Sylvie didn't want to admit it. He was too prideful.
Please tell me. I want to help you, Sovi. I stand by your side no matter what.
Are you sure about that, Halen?
Of course. You don't have to tell me what they said, Sovi, but at least tell me what you're feeling.
Sylvie took note of Halen's sudden empathy. It was abnormal and somewhat unwelcome. What had changed in the last few hours?
They told me something I wasn't ready to hear. I'm sorry I forgot about you, and I'm sorry for being cross. My thoughts are muddled, Halen, and I'm confused.
How do you plan to deal with that?
For the first time in a while, I don't know. My purpose was always clear, my resolve unwavering. I'm starting to feel like my previous master, before my promotion.
You never did tell me what happened to him.
No, I didn't.
Very well. At least tell me about this purpose of yours. I fight to ensure the reign of the Triumvirate, our gods.
A very clear purpose, and noble to some. For me, things have always been a bit different.
How different?
I fight to ensure the reign of Alestia's true rulers.
Oh dear.
Then what's the issue, Master? It would seem that we share the same purpose.
Sylvie sighed again and slumped his shoulders slightly. So now everything has been an act to intimidate Shane. Halen could tell that Sylvie was displaying his true emotions.
Normally, I would agree with you. But now, I'm not so sure.
Okay. I'm gonna take a quick look at the help real quick about the arrows, because I don't want to accidentally press something. Well, navigate between these when available. Okay. What happens if I press this? Okay, good, so I can go back to Domic. Domic ventured back underground from the Church of Maseo. After a lengthy journey through the tunnels, he was home. The deed was secured, and they had everything they needed.
Why did the Honor Guard do all of this? They single-handedly sheltered and armed our forces.
One of the rebels noticed Domic's sudden entrance. He quickly stands up and greets the general with a smile.
Damek, sir, everything is going according to plan. Our forces have started to relocate.
Ha! Perfect timing, Vance. I just received the deed from Grizz. It took some convincing, but I did it.
Wait, you didn't already have the deed? Why were we moving everybody down here?
Oops, you didn't hear anything, all right. Besides, I knew I could win him over. This was just a bit of a head start.
Huh.
And cut the formalities, call me Dormek. We've been through enough. This isn't about rank. I think of us all as a family, not an army.
Of course, Damek. I'm amazed at our new HQ, to be honest. How did you secure all of this stuff?
It wasn't me, Vance. The Honor Guard was planning a long stay. They're responsible for everything you see.
Huh.
You mean those things? Why would they build stuff they have no use for? They can't really fight, and they have no need for sleep.
Domic smirked and grabbed a blade from the nearby shelf.
They must have known someone would use it. Either way, the Triumvirate doesn't know about this. Their own Honor Guard is defying orders, it would seem.
Vance followed Damic's lead and grabbed a blade as well.
So there's discord among them? Never thought we'd live to see that.
Yeah, but it also proves the Triumvirate isn't all-knowing. There's no way they'd let this happen if they were. They're just like us. We can take them down!
He flourishes his blade and holds it out.
That is... if we're strong enough.
It's a spar you want?
Vance smirks and mimics the flourish of his general. A few of the nearby rebels stop in their tracks to watch.
Just need to make sure you haven't gotten sloppy. As soon as the Triumvirate finds out, a fight is coming.
Don't worry, Damek. I'm ready.
They charge at each other and their swords clash. The loud clang of steel against steel fills their HQ. As the audience grows in size, the morale rises in tandem. Oh, that's cute. I like that. Alright, go back inside and talk to
Hey.
the girl. Hey. Actually, I don't want to talk to you, actually. I don't care about you. I make my way towards one of the private rooms. It's time to get some rest. It's been a long day, and the subsequent days had no signs of changing pace. This new life would simply be the nature of things. Everything was different. I let that settle in for a while. It'd be almost impossible to sleep as things stood. All of our lives were flipped around in an instant. Not only that, but put in danger too. There's no guarantee that any of us would survive this, and we didn't have a choice but to fight. At least I didn't. Regardless of my feelings, I couldn't turn my back on Alestia. If I did that, I'd be saying my own life was more important than our entire world. No matter how hard I tried, there's no way I could convince myself that was true. I sit on the edge of the bed and let out a loud sigh as I lay back. Oh, I don't get much rest before I'm shaken wide awake. The door to my room slowly opens. It's Valessa and Forton. Seems they are disregarded both my privacy and desire to sleep. I rise up to greet them, unsure of what to say. I'm just gonna remain silent.
Hey, we need to talk. It's pretty important. Fortum and I have been talking all evening.
Yeah, we both came to the same conclusion. This isn't an order. It's more of a polite demand. Seer, you need to choose the next Elder of Valenorth.
You have a lot on your plate. You can't handle everything responsibly. Valenor's future requires nothing but the utmost care and attention.
We can't expect you to lead Valinor and train with that blade.
It's exactly like she said. Listen, I know this may seem sudden to you, but we've been talking about it for a while now. We wouldn't feel comfortable leaving Peregrino without a new elder. Someone needs to plot Valinor's future and make choices along the way. Considering you'll be busy with the rebellion, we want you to elect one of us.
Seriously, you interrupted my sleep for this shit? Alyssa nods and smiles. I can tell they're both dead serious.
Let us carry this burden, Seer. Please.
I rubbed the fatigue out of my eyes and stared at them for a few moments. It seemed that lately, people had a tendency of putting me on the spot. Their intentions were pure, however, to stop me from being overwhelmed. Any effort to evaluate the pressure shouldn't go unnoticed. I crossed my arms and continued to stare at them. They looked concerned. This is almost like an intervention. I doubt they'll leave without results.
Did we say something wrong? Look, he has no idea what to say.
And I thought we made our case pretty clear. Look, we're the best two candidates here. You should make your choice before the night is over.
We can talk about it a little more if you'd like. It'd be best if this wasn't a hasty choice, right? Let's think things through. Like a team.
There goes that rest we wanted to have. Looks like I'll have to get comfortable.
She makes her way to the back of the room and sits on the chest. Seems uncomfortable, even for a makeshift chair, but she doesn't show it. Fortom yawns and rests his back against the windowsill, whistling innocently.
So, what do we talk about?
Alyssa, why do you want to be an elder?
Because Milas and his father have given up Valinor's soul. We need to stand apart. Our culture, our line of seers, they're special. Valinor was and always should be independent. It's just fact. Whatever comes our way, we can handle it on our own. That's the way it's been for thousands and thousands of years. This is only happening because we stoked the Triumvirate's ire. That won't happen again. And Fortum can't see that. He wants to unite with the rest of Alestia and give up our identity. Why waste all of our resources preparing for something that won't happen? And to that end, why did you want to convert this place into a barracks? I think it's kind of beautiful on its own. It adds to our sense of culture. Turning it into a military operation we'll never use? I don't get it. Any other questions?
Fortom, same question.
Well, I'm actually a fan of what Milas and his father have done. Valinor has spent more than enough time being independent. We need to band together. We'll be strong enough to face any threat. Valessa wants to maintain our independence. We can't have that. How long until we're attacked again? The Triumvirate isn't our last enemy, and when that time comes, I want to have allies. We need to be strong. I actually support your decision to turn this place into a barracks. We need to have protection in the future. It'd be stupid not to. Dominic has the right idea. I'm starting to dig the guy. Is that all?
I really have to choose right now.
Like we said, ruling Valinor requires a lot of attention. Quite frankly, we don't think you have enough to spare. Not with the rebellion and that blade in the mix, at least.
We just want to help you. For example, that choice about Peregrino, you could have left it to us instead of stressing out about it. Doesn't it make more sense to do that in the future? That way, it won't interfere with your training. You need to give that blade all of your effort.
Yeah, and we really are the best two candidates. There's no need to worry about making the wrong choice here. I'm sure that both of us would lead Valinor to a great future.
But first things first, we need to reconnect with the spirits. There's no point settling down on condemned land. We'll have to ensure our future before we plan it out.
That is true.
Yeah, he's right. Anything else?
Made up my mind. They both audibly gulp, anticipating my decision. This was it. I had decided the direction of Valinor's future. It would either be Fortom's unity or Valessa's independence.
Well, what is it?
Please think this through.
First off, I'm going to save again. Secondly, Valissa, I understand you want to be unique. You want to keep Valinor's independence and everything. But at the same time, it was also that same independence that... Actually, no. That was the same unity that the, started up the rebellion. The same rebellion force that is willing to help us and protect everything from the triumvirates. Same people who protected the sword until I got to it. Plus, as time goes on, things are going to need to change. And with that, so is alliances. So with that, if you people of the audience don't agree to this, play the game and try and see what Valissa is like. But for me, I'm going with Fortin. I elect you as Valinor's elder. I choose Fortin. He was right. We needed unity and strength in the future. Teaming up with the other nations wasn't sacrificing our identity at all. Valissa was wrong. It was simply turning a new page in our books. Time moves forward, and things change. Valinor was isolated long enough. Perhaps it's not that isolation that led to our downfall. We lacked strength. Excuse me. Under Fortin's lead, and with my blessing, we find that strength.
Wow. Really? This is like a dream come true. I can't believe this is actually happening.
Yeah, that's a fact. Fortim in charge of our nation. You realize what that means, don't you?
Yeah, it means we're finally a team. I won't just be tagging along anymore. The three of us are Valinorth now. We can travel the world together, creating alliances. After we save Alestia, we can reconnect with the spirits too. We'll have a huge network of allies, ready to take on any challenge. I'm going to change history. This is insane. Thank you so much. I don't know what else to say.
I do. Get out. Let me sleep.
Well, I have a few things to say, but I think I need to get some sleep.
Yeah, don't say it. Just go. She stands up and walks towards the door, but before she leaves, she turns back to face me. It appears that she's hesitant, unsure if she should speak.
I'm upset. I can't deny that fact. But this won't change the way I treat either of you. I'm still your scribe, and I'm still Fortum's friend. I'll get over this. I've gotten over much worse. I can still help Valinor in my own way, right? In the end, maybe this is for the best.
See? You're looking at it from another angle. Good for you. She walks out without displaying much emotion of all. Was she hurt? I made the choice that I thought was most fitting. I guess I never know. I'll take her word for it. Things will be fine. This decision could never please both people, and I had to do it. Whatever ramifications came of this would be impossible to avoid. I turn back to Fortum, who looks extremely excited and deep in thought.
When we get to Maseo, I'll be Valinorth's envoy. Meeting Domik will be completely different. It'll be diplomatic in nature. We can discuss how to better utilize the bond between our nations.
It's a good sign that he's already thinking about such things. This wasn't a light decision, but he had a lot of responsibility. It changed the way he approached our entire journey from here on out.
Oh, I guess I shouldn't be thinking out loud. Wouldn't be a good idea to give away my strategies.
He winks at me and starts walking towards the door. But like Valessa did a moment earlier, he hesitates. Did he have something important to say before he left?
Hey, I was actually wanting to ask, do you think I could stay in your room tonight? All this talk about attacks and stuff, it has me scared. I mean, I'd feel a little safer with friends nearby. I can sleep on the floor if you don't want me to bother you. You won't even know I'm here. I can promise you that.
I'd much rather have Ulrich. Make yourself comfortable.
Thanks. I was really hoping you'd say that. I won't make a sound. I promise.
He quickly grabs a sheet and curls up on the floor. I decide to leave him be and return to my bed. I'm so tired I practically collapse on it. Ugh! It isn't much longer before we fall asleep. But much to my dismay, I get no rest that night. For the fates had something else in store. Before I can even comprehend what happened, I'm whisked away from Peregrino. This isn't a vision. Those don't happen so fast after falling asleep. This is different. I rub my eyes and try to take in more of my surroundings. Where am I? Okay, that is starting to become a good question. What's going on? It's so dark with architecture unlike anything I've ever seen. There's nobody here. I'm all by myself. Except for that. At the other end of the room, it pulsates and glows. As I look at it, I feel something burn deep inside of me. Not in a bad way, no. This is more like a burning desire. It's calling out to me. It wants me to get closer. Click the idol to walk towards it. I take one step forward, keeping my eyes on the mysterious object. As soon as my foot lands on the ground, pain courses through my body. I'm brought to my knees. It's almost like it's slowly draining my energy. When it subsides, I stand back up, but the desire hasn't gone away. I need to get closer. I need to know exactly what this thing is. My burning curiosity trumps any care for my own well-being. Even though I ejected such a mindset, I keep moving forward. It's almost like my body is moving on its own, without my input. Step towards the idol once more. I take another step and the pain returns to my body, but this time it's worse. I'm brought to my knees and I can't seem to get back up. It's tearing me apart. I pant heavily, unable to move as it continues to harm my spirit.
Stop!
I merely fall to the ground as I hear the voice from behind me. But it's not a bad thing, as I gain full control over my body. Whatever was controlling me, they had put a stop to it. I turn around and take steps towards them, grateful. I could tell the further away from that object I was, the better. But when I reach this mysterious person, I'm not prepared for what I see.
It's almost instinctual now. Interesting. Sorry for not being here right away. I didn't know you'd come so fast. That means things have slowed down on your end. I see.
The triumvirate! I can tell right away. Or at least one of them, since I only see one cloak before me. I start to panic and reach for the blade of Exodus.
No.
They wave their hand forward and I can no longer move. Letting out a chuckle, they start walking towards me.
Even now, corruption grows within you. It can flow from the most noble of actions. But is that corruption what you truly want? There is no way to discern the consequences of your actions. You act instinctively, much like before. You do what you think is right. But what is right, and what is pure? Well, those are two different things.
They strike a pose as if they're lost in thought.
You know who I am, or at least, what I belong to. I speak not for the triumvirate, but of my own accord. Not that this would go against the wishes of my subordinates.
The what? Subordinates? Does this mean I'm in the presence of the triumvirate's leader?
That power within you is a truly wonderful thing. So much strength, gifted to you by the realm of spirits. But you have to ask yourself, is it truly a gift? Do you act in Alestia's best interests, or in the spirits? Until now, everyone in Valinor assumed the two aligned. But things are changing. They're starting to make a push.
A push? I strain myself, trying to move, but no avail. Whatever they've done, they're taking over control of my body.
What purpose is your journey if it ends in complete corruption? Keep that in mind as you stride forward, and make those tough choices. Many of them breed corruption. The pursuit of strength, for example. Before you go, I did call you here for one purpose.
They motion to the idol at the back of the room before waving their arm. As the ability to move returns to my body, I stumbled, failing to balance myself. How is it possible to do this? Can they manipulate spiritual energy without the blade? I regained my balance and immediately turned to look at the idol.
It's beautiful, isn't it? There's never been a more pure form of corruption. You seek to dethrone us. Isn't that your goal? In that case, remember one thing.
They tilt their head, and though I can't see their face, I assume they're smiling. With a final wave of their hand, I collapse to the ground, and my vision fades away.
The only thing that can destroy pure corruption is purity itself, embodied.
I hear their words, but I seem to exist in a void of nothingness. I don't understand what just happened. I'm only left with a multitude of questions. My actions can influence the purity or corruption of the power inside of me? That doesn't make any sense. But then again, maybe that's what they wanted. They want to confuse me, to try and push me down with a different path. Of course, they want to scare me away from decisions that would harm their reign. Or would they? And I'm going to leave it here, folks. Please, do me all a big favor and spank that subscribe button, show it some love, and hit that little bell icon to get some more notifications. Like and favorite if you enjoy. Share with your friends, families, dogs, loved one, cats. I don't know, Ghostbusters. I don't care. That's a big Twinkie. I don't know what I'm saying anymore, mass hysteria. But anyway, please, I want you to show the love, spread the love, make the love. And if you have anything to say, please leave it down in the comments below. And after all of that, stay fluffy, everyone.